Coming up in October, it's the IVFA Fireman's Parade in St. Anthony, Indiana. Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. I'm your host, Bill Potter. Joining me in the studio is the chief for the St. Anthony Volunteer Firefighters, and that is Scott Uebelhor. Scott, welcome to the show.
Hi, Bill. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, now every year, the District 18 IVFA, which is the Indiana Volunteer Firefighters Association.
That is correct.
Okay. You guys hold a parade every year, and this year, St. Anthony hosted.
Yeah, we do that for our district, which is the 18th district. The 18th district is Du Bois and surrounding counties, including Pike, Orange, Crawford, Perry, Warwick, Spencer counties. It's a southwestern Indiana division of the IVFA. So every year, some organization or fire department within that district hosts the parade, which is usually the last Sunday or the first Sunday of Fire Prevention Week. That's our week where we get out and talk fire prevention, fire safety to the kids in the schools. And this year we'll kick the week off with the parade at St. Anthony on October the 6th.
How was St. Anthony selected? Is it like that Olympic committee where you guys have to submit a theme?
No, it's not quite that complicated. It's kind of, you go to the meeting at the end of last year and we said, hey, we would be interested. This is our 50th year this year as a fire department at St. Anthony. We hosted a parade 10 years ago, okay. And so we said we would like to host that parade. If anybody else wants it, then it's a competitive thing where, not for money, but who wants it more, I suppose. But we chose that we would like to host that parade. We got it, and we're thrilled to have it. It'll be hopefully a nice day and a lot of fun, and again in recognition of our 50th year as a fire department.
Well, it's also good for St. Anthony because you have a sesquicentennial.
Yeah, we have a sesquicentennial in 2014.
Okay, 150 years.
That's 150.
Yeah, okay.
And so this is kind of a trial run, if you will, for the parade that will happen a year from now in 2014.
So it's a win-win for St. Anthony.
It's going to be something. Hopefully, it's a win-win. We'll enjoy it. It'll be an enjoyable time and a good practice session. We'll have concessions available in the field because a lot of times you go to a parade and the lineup, the people are all lined up out there ready to go and they're hungry. Mm-hmm. We'll have that. We'll bring that to the participants in the parade. We'll bring it along the parade route. So, and the parade route we will line up north of Fast Break Food Mart in downtown St. Anthony.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll proceed to uptown St. Anthony. We'll go around a couple of blocks up towards the church. We'll wrap around the church, the parish center, and we'll finish down at the community center. It's like 0.7 miles, so it's not a long route. All paved roads, of course. It'll be a nice route and a nice parade.
And the reason really we have you on now, kind of early, is you're looking for people to participate as floats and marching units in the parade.
Right, we're looking for clubs, groups, organizations, walking units, marching units. We have a number of categories. For instance, we have categories in floats, walking and marching, antique tractor, that's pre-1975. Then we have antique car, pre-1975, emergency vehicles, pre and post 1985, equestrian, which are horses, and then special interests. We'll be giving first, second, and third in each division. So, if you have a club or group, an organization, and want to get your word out, if you want to support the IVFA and your local area fire departments, we more than welcome. There is no charge to being in this parade. So come, walk, and get a little exercise, and promote your group, and it'll be good for all of us.
Obviously, this parade is going to be fire truck heavy.
We should have a lot of red fire trucks. There's some green fire trucks from Ireland. We'll have lots of lights and sirens, and there's a lot of neat old fire equipment. Ferdinand has a classic old piece I hope they bring, but there's a lot of classic fire equipment and just ideas. We'll have a Miss Flame contest where 7 young ladies from our district have entered that contest. They'll compete on Sunday. They'll be awarded that. The winner will be announced at the stage at the end of the parade. Okay. And they will also be in our parade. So we'll have seven young ladies and their units involved in the parade.
But you're looking for probably floats more than anything.
Floats we went to Dale this weekend just to do a walk over there in the Jasper Strassenfest. There's some great ideas out there of some really clever ways to promote your concept. And we're looking for floats, cars, tractors. Anything that you feel would be something that would call attention to what you're trying to do, we more than welcome that to be in our parade. Okay,
now the St. Anthony Volunteer Fire Department, a small fire department, don't have a great big splashy website or anything like that, but there's got to be a way to contact you guys.
Several ways. You can contact me, and we'll put our information on the screen a little bit later. I have Nick Haley available at 309-0823, 309-0823, and you can also email us at ANTHONY VFD, which is St. Anthony Volunteer
Okay.
Fire Department,
Okay.
at yahoo.com. We'll put that info up on a slate later.
Okay.
But yes, contact us if you want a parade entry form. We do need to have that entry form turned in. We'd like to have them by September the 15th, which is next week Sunday. There's a little there's a liability disclosure on there we need to have signed. So, but if you come that day and you want to get in our parade, we'll let you into our parade.
Well, it's interesting that it's free. That you guys are most parades you charge a small fee to have entries in it. You guys are doing this free.
Well, we're promoting fire safety, fire prevention, the fire departments in general. We're kind of promoting ourselves. So I guess if there is a gain here, it's in that we enhance the way people think about and look at the fire service. So that's the way this parade is laid out to be.
Okay, now people that want to go to the parade, plenty of nice open spaces in St. Anthony's, like right along the park there to watch the...
All along the street, the St. James Street, and on 450 South in front of the fire station is some great parking. It's very deep there. You'll be able to, hopefully we'll have some bleachers set up in a couple areas that people can sit on. By the St. Anthony Post Office is a large lot. All around what was the St. Anthony School, which is a parish center now. All of that area by Arnie's Tavern, that area has a lot of good viewing area, and down towards the tennis courts, and again the judges stand will be at the community center, so there's a lot of good viewing there, and you can catch the wrap up, see who won what, and see who was crowned Miss Flame. That lady will represent our district next year in the 2014 IVFA convention.
Okay. Now the parade is October
the 6th, Sunday,
okay.
October the 6th.
And again, the contact, and we'll put on the screen the information.
The parade also will start at promptly at 1 p.m.
Okay.
I think it would be about a 1 hour long parade to walk that 7/10 of a mile. And the contact information is Nick Haley at 309-0823. And my cell phone number is 630-0250, or email us at stanthonyvfd@yahoo.com.
And if they forget, they can always contact you at Uebelhor TV.
Uebelhor
Right,
TV is
that's
fine.
another way they can just walk in and say,
Or,
hey, Scott.
or any St. Anthony fireman, check with us. We're more than welcome you to come into our parade.
And again, we want to point out there's no charge to be a participant in the parade. So if you've got a float or build a float just for this parade, do you have any marching bands?
We have the Forest Park Marching Rangers, who are the 2012
State champions.
state champions. So we're really thrilled to have those guys there. It's a big task for a marching band with all these people and instruments to come to St. Anthony. We've got a perfect lineup spot for them. But we're glad to have the band there. I know we'll have it's a St. Anthony sales team. There are a lot of tractors, so we'll probably be heavy in tractors. Lots of fire trucks, Miss Flame floats. We're building one ourselves with a coin that will turn on that float. So hopefully that'll be a nice item in the parade. So, if you've had a parade, you're coming up with the Herbst Fest will have just ended. Mm-hmm. Bring your Herbst Fest parade entries on over to our place. Keep it together and bring it over to St. Anthony. A week later.
Now, will you have the birthday cake, the St. Anthony birthday cake? And will the Schnellville Brown Derby?
I'm really hope the Brown Derby. I'm almost certain they'll be there. I know our birthday cake will be there with the smoke, and hopefully we've had a lot of walkers. We've walked with like 40 people, which we'll celebrate our centennial, as you mentioned, next year. So that's been a good time to kind of bond as a group and build a float, walk with a float, and have a little bit of a good time afterwards, and kind of build some energy within the community because those 25-year events they come and they go. This is my second one, so pointing out my age a little bit, but very good opportunity to promote your community. So yes, Schnellville, Ferdinand Fire with their antique equipment and all. Jasper has a great antique fire truck. Hopefully all that stuff can make the trip.
And we'll hopefully have you guys on maybe again as we get closer to the parade date. But right now, you're looking for people to consider being in the parade, and they need to contact you.
Right. We want people to be aware of the parade. September 15th is the tentative deadline for the parade applications. October 6th is the parade, promptly at 1 o'clock. And we're looking for people to enter our parade and then to attend our parade, and certainly to practice good fire prevention tips. And maybe we can get on later and talk a little bit about that as that week draws closer, because it's a really big week in the fire service, all kind of surrounding the Great Chicago Fire. That's how Fire Prevention Week is determined. Okay. So we remember back to all that history and try to promote those good things for our young kids, so they practice safety and nobody loses any lives or any property due to fires. We try to prevent. That's a big part of what we do. And
around here, hats off to all the volunteer firefighters, because the money it takes to run a fire department, and to think if you had to pay to also have the firefighters would be tough.
Well, I think we all appreciate our firemen without a doubt. As firemen, we appreciate the public, because when we have a fundraiser or like this parade, we'll have a lot of people outside of our organization helping us to make this happen. And so yeah, we're mutually appreciative of firemen and the people inside their communities. I appreciate all the fire departments within the 18th district, because every 2 months we have a district meeting someplace within the district. At that meeting, we have a little raffle. And the money that we generate there goes towards putting this parade on for some of Miss Flame expenses, like her flowers, the sashes, and accommodations for that day. You know, all those things have to come out of the budget that we have for this. So we don't want to charge anything to be in the parade, but some of the firemen have made that possible through out of their own pockets. They buy these tickets at our raffle. So we kind of give back again.
Hats off to you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, if you would like to have a float in the parade at St. Anthony, it's the IVFA District 18 parade coming up October 6th. Contact Scott at Uebelhor TV, or Nick Haley, you said, I believe.
Nick Haley.
All right. Or any St. Anthony volunteer firefighter. Thank you, and thank you, Scott, for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for watching WJTS. We are local people watching local people.